you left in 1994. You say you are justified the directorship for 10 years. And is it true that you left abruptly?
Well, because of my ill health, doctors advised that I should not work so hard. I had to sort of stop working because
Was this is the reason of the health, or there was some other reason?
honestly nothing else. Honestly nothing else. There was I had no problems. If there was any problem with any individual or this thing, money, I have no problem. I used to get as much more than what I needed from the department. Resources I have got.
So, you say nothing?
Nothing. There is
Okay,
no problem for me
okay,
at all.
sir. Okay, sir. I think it was in 92, Naidu ji contested as the independent for National Commissioner.
95.
No. In 90 till 92, he was acted like a National Commissioner
That's
in
right.
absence of Lakshman Singh.
No, but when I retired also, Naidu was the acting national commissioner.
No. He was a full-fledged National Commissioner.
Full-fledged national, that's right.
That's
That's
am I
right. That's
Yes.
right.
He contested during 92
That's right.
in November, I think.
Right.
Okay.
No,
When-
no, I'm a little confused, Mr. At the time of my, no, I think you are right.
He was a full-fledged
Yes,
National
full-fledged
Commissioner
National
during
Commissioner.
94.
Correct.
He was a full-fledged National Commissioner in the Jamboree of Palakkad.
Right.
He contested the elections and won during
Yes.
1992 November.
Right.
That's fine. Now, during these elections, prior to these 6 months and after this, there was a lot of contradictions, confusions, and maybe creations. Contradictions, confusions goes separate, but people started creating many stories for the Mr. Naidu's coming in and your role, giving this, that, the Southern Touch, the North India group, and all. Do you have something to say about all these confusions?
This was, honestly speaking, there has nothing been something like South or North or East or West, number one. Number two, there were some people who thought less of Naidu's contribution because of his physical problem, and he did not possess the qualities of Sardar Lakshman Singh, either as a trainer or as an organizer. So, and his way of expression was at times a little more bursting out, like a criminal lawyer,
Maybe
which
as
many people, did not like.
Like.
So they thought that he will not be able to prove as a nice national commissioner, as an efficient national commissioner. But we thought, so long as I was there, I had a regard for Mr. Naidu, because right from Cub he came to National Commissioner. But for this problem, he was all right. Huh?
Anyhow, with all these controversies and contradictions, there was one secretary in the Youth Affairs department, I think one Mr. Y. Qureshi.
Yes, why Qureshi?
Huh?
Yes, why Qureshi?
Yes, Y. Qureshi. Because there was also information that Mr. Chavan received a lot of complaints about the ways the national headquarters is moving, and also the secretary received many things like that. But Mr. Y. Qureshi stood stubbornly telling that. Even I listened to what he said. He said, no, Mr. Rao is right in doing the certain things, and the Bharat Scouts and Guides is progressing very well. What is your comments on Mr. Qureshi and the...
No, Qureshi Sahib was very cooperative with us. He is a man of understanding. He analyzed the entire functioning of the Bharat Scouts and Guides, and he came for our Gatpuri Center and National Training Center. He saw our activities and he supported us in every way. But I never heard that there was any criticism about NHQ's working system.
Nothing like that.
Nothing like that.
No. Now I'm just going to till now, whatever we spoke about the success, the sweet memories, and all, there are certain contradictions even people say about. Let us make it very clear, because this is going to be this message is going to give a wider
Yes.
angle to this. If you would have continued as a director for the full term till your retirement, do you think there would have been a better results?
Well, because I do not want to compare my results achieved during my tenure to the results achieved by others. Because Mr. Nair, to whom I handed over, was a person of my team, and he was also honest and strict and sincere. And so long as Mr. Nair was there was not
Let us
much
come
of
back to Mr. Nair later on.
Ah,
But think,
Had
if you would
declined.
have continued,
ah,
if you would have continued, do you think there would have been better results?
well, yes. Better in the sense, that's what I am telling. I am comparing with the Nair
No,
jobs
we
results.
don't want comparison.
Ah.
Whether would have been there as a director,
Ah.
you feel there would have been a better results.
Then whose? Then whom? Then whose results? That's what I'm telling. You are asking.
Than what it is today.
We cannot.
Let us say like this,
Ah.
we need not to take a name of anybody. Okay, we do need not to take a name of anybody. Let us take the system. If you would have continued to be the helm of the affairs, do you think the system would have continued and the
I
success would have
could
been-
have maintained the graph of the progress that was made.
That's fine. That's fine. This goes as a golden line. The things. No, the last part of this about this management and the administration as a director thing. Is it real that you had a certain type of attitude towards the Bengalis and the eastern regional people?
Not that I had this thing, because they are very intelligent. But there was a problem for me from Bengal side, because Mrs. Majumdar brought, for good or bad, a number of Bengali people. Before my joining, there was nobody except Bengalis. Everybody. And many of them were from East Bengal. You see? And she had one small weakness of listening to the good thing of her. And these people used to surround her. Lokhidi, used to do. I am talking of those days,
Thank you, sir. Thank you,
West
sir.
Bengal people.
I know. So you say it was not there.
No. But I used to slowly cut down the laziness of some of them and put them to real work.
Oh, you make them to work
Work.
with the tools of management. That's right. Now, once again, another part of it. When you said like that, the people started telling, you built up a team of South Indians. How you react?
I can now give you the list of people whom I appointed. There were members on my professional team from 19 states. And the maximum, when compared to people from South India, the maximum number of people representing on my staff were from the north. At the top of them was Uttar Pradesh and Rajasthan.
That's right. Anyhow, so you say you are justifying the things now.
Justifying.
Now coming back to the other part of thing. Which are the state associations of the Bharat Scouts and Guides supported you directly, I mean out of way, to keep your zeal, to keep your progress as a director and the Bharat Scouts and Guides? Do you remember any state association who did a total supported you?
But there was no occasion where people did not cooperate with me. If somebody could not come up to my expectations, it is because of their limitations. But within their own limitations, they all helped me. And
No, but still,
I enjoyed.
Still.
I
If you
enjoyed.
don't say out of, do you have any favorite states in India, Bharat Scouts and Guides?
There is nothing like a favorite state, but I always preferred a state which was growing.
Acha. Do you have any judging the best state according to the standards?
Best state according to standard, no, in numbers Maharashtra always.
Uh-huh.
Standards Rajasthan and Kerala. Then in the northeast it was Meghalaya. Madhya Pradesh also grew in leaps and bounds. But well, it is more of the numbers.
Which is
than
the
of
best
quality.
state in management?
Management best state can be Kerala. Those days.
Once again, those days it was.
Yes.
Yes, of course, everything belongs to those days. Now, coming back to the, which is the best state in transparency of finance and dealing of the professionals?
Well, Karnataka has been very good in this. They did very well.
Something about railways?
Railway states have always been having a problem of their numbers because they depended upon their colonies and their schools. Thus, their growth was stunted.
The best railway
limited.
state. The best railway state.
Southern Railway.
Southern.
From the beginning, it was Southern Railway.
Vidyalaya states, KVS and NVS.
KVS is better than others. Madan Gopalji and the present director was one of the three people who first of all underwent courses at Pachmadi.
Now, there are two things I wanted to bring now as a something on a different crossing. I think before you take up as a director or before some years, the Bharat Scouts and Guides used to send a contingent for the Hajj service team for Mecca. Can you say something about it?
Yes. Afterwards, the
No, what was it pehle? What?
Pehle,
Uh,
they used to ask for service.
Uh-huh.
We used to depute rovers to help them and to serve them. Afterwards, the Hajj committee started feeling that this is entirely a Muslim congregation. We want Muslim scouts only to be able to come and work for service. We point blank told there is nothing like Muslim scouts, Hindu scouts and others. Whoever wants to serve and who is prepared, we try to send you. Then they said they would build up their own team for service. That's how they said.
You were the director at that time?
Well, no. Before my taking over only this has happened.
Who was the person who is that Mr. Sushil Das?
Sushil Das.
What you were at as NTC?
I was at NTC.
That's right. Now, what is this all about Haridwar, the Kumbh Mela, the services?
Haridwar is another story where they have got some professionals appointed exclusively for service.
Oh.
Haridwar, people enjoyed hospitality of the municipality. They gave them a separate room and a building exclusively for Bharat Scouts.
Near
and
Har Ki
Guides.
Paudi in Haridwar.
Har Ki Paudi
In Haridwar.
That's how they used to say, they used to run their district in that building, and a few selected people paid for it, were there for raising funds for their district.
Actually, from past 15 minutes, I'm just talking about all the controversies people shown at you.
No.
Anyhow, why I asked these two things, Haridwar and Hajj, was people
But
started.
Haridwar, we did not give anybody. They prepared their own leadership and they were raising money.
Well, no, what has happened? No, that's a different thing. The thing is, Haridwar Kumbh Mela, the national headquarters deputed a deputy director, the ROCs to manage a very big service team. That's a different thing. It's a service-oriented activity.
That's all.
That's
But
all.
there Muslim scouts also were.
We're invited, Christians are there. And now, what people started telling, whether it may be a different segregated groups, they felt is you brought in a stoppage to send the Hajj committee, the service team.
We were not allowed to function there. That's what Mr. Das told me.
Oh, Mr. Das was the person.
Yes.
Yes. With
Because
this,
he knows all that. I never knew.
you never knew.
It was sitting in Pachamadi until I came to Delhi, because a national training commissioner has nothing to do with the deputation of rovers for service. It
No.
was national headquarters.
No, sir. During your tenure as a director,
No.
could you able to promote special groups of scouting? For example, different wings like Navy, Air Force, Air Wing of Scouting, something like that.
Yes. Air Scouts, we had even a rally at Delhi. Sea Scout Masters courses, we always depended upon Kerala for conducting. And desert scouting we encouraged with Rajasthan's help. These
Gra-
are the three areas where we try to.
Any scouting you did for or promoted for the disabled people with the special
Yes.
disabilities and like that?
Yes, in Bombay we conducted for the first time a course for the disabled scouters, and from then onwards we encouraged the formation of this. And you will be interested to know that I encouraged the Maharashtra Mr. Mehta, who was a deaf and almost dumb, but not fully. He could speak
Partial,
a little,
partial.
partly. I made him a trainer, ALT, so that he would be able to build up the scouting for the handicapped.
One person in your life who has inspired scouting to you?
Well, that was my Guru, Mr. Siddhanti, number one. Number two, to some extent, is Mr. Dhiman. And thirdly, our Mrs. Majumdar.
Anyhow, Bharat Scouts and Guides beyond India.
Well, I could not do much for that. It was really after when I was there was a beginning of thinking of having something in
Arab countries,
Arab
with
countries and all
Sharmaji and all.
that with Sharmaji, but we could not. We had no sort of time or this thing to be able to concentrate.
The image of Bharat Scouts and Guides in other countries and other regions
Well, that was at the top.
during your time.
And in SAARC countries, almost all people were trained by me. Those days, leaders, top
that we have
leaders.
records with us.
Huh.
It is nothing to count.
Huh.
One thing is approved is the awarding of a bronze wolf to you itself is an example. The image of Bharat Scouts and Guides beyond India. That is not anything. But from your words,
Yes, but we had a sort of freedom with them, like our own, why don't you take up leprosy? You have got this, why don't you take up this? We have been successfully doing. So, like friends, we try to encourage them to undertake community development activities, which we were doing successfully.
could you recollect any other biggest Boy Scout associations or Girl Guide associations beyond India have adopted some of your ideas?
Nepal, Sri Lanka, Pakistan. Pakistan, I have got to approve. Those days, the Pakistan in international
Some countries in Europe,
airways.
some countries in Europe
Europe was
adopted
Brazil,
your ideas.
Brazil, Arab, Sudan, to give examples. Africa, Togo, Kenya, Uganda, South Africa. These were all the people who took up leprosy and.
I am not talking about leprosy or addiction. The program of the Bharat Scouts and Guides, what you promoted as a community development or community services,
Yes.
or the new girl and boy programs, or the activities you promoted. Because when they gave you, Wozamkin gave you bronze wool, definitely the whole other countries are watching India.
Well,
Has there any incidents where they have adopted certain activities from you?
but basically, as a policy, no country will be guided by another country's program or training. Totally, it is a country's prerogative to satisfy the needs, program needs of the boys and the training needs of
No,
the
that's a good thing.
That's fine.
For example, Philippines used to be one of the biggest Boy Scout association. It used to be compared with the India, the Bharat Scouts and Guides and the Philippines. And some of the needs come together, the same needs arises in Philippines and same needs are in India. Have any day happened like that? The program exchange took place?
No. It was Del Sylvester who used to cross-pollinate
The ideas.
the ideas. It was the responsibility of the Asia Pacific region and
To
not
do this.
ours. We are not supposed to impress upon others that I am successfully doing this program, why don't you do this?
Have you adopted any such ideas from other countries?
No.
No.
We made original ideas with our own team.
Something about Sandans during you?
Sundance were the most enjoyed programs. In the beginning, when they saw me as a young man standing at the helm of affairs, some of them used to say what we are supposed to do, this. But as we went on bringing in revisions and then the handouts, the handbooks and others, my handbooks have been
No.
widely used by
No.
the senior leaders.
Sundance has taken to be a body of a policy making or policy changing.
No,
Is it true?
no.
No.
Sandan has nothing to do with policies. It can only help revising training scheme of a country. Boy program, it is because they are dealing with leader training of a scoutmaster, for example. Some tests, if they have some suggestions, they will give. Otherwise, Sandan has no jurisdiction over program.
Only it is up to training.
Training, that's all.
That's very kind of you, sir. You are could able to recollect so many things and all. Coming to the last 3 questions, you as a director of the Bharat Scouts and Guides, the best moment you as a director still remember and enjoy.
Moment in the sense.
Some moment.
Oh, some moments
Yes.
that I enjoyed.
Yes.
Well, make it. There were almost. There was not a day when I did not enjoy. God has helped me in not putting me to any tests. I was not having any speed breakers or this thing. Whatever came to my mind, I used to discuss with my national commissioner. He supported me and we translated. I had a number of good executives who did. Well, at times there can be some sort of differences in execution.
That is a different thing. So
But
you had all
our
the
PRCs and our Adams helped me to sort out such things.
So you enjoyed almost all the moments.
Every moment I enjoyed.
You enjoyed.
Enjoy.
Acha. The worst moment you had as a professional.
The worst moment was,
There may be many or one thing,
No,
but
but-
one to say.
no, nothing in particular, but when guide wing person was kept as support services executive, there could have been some times certain problems where it was made difficult for solving the problems, but in our PRCs and Adams we used to sort out. There was nothing worth making or remembering as.
But already you made it a point that the guide wing and the
Yes.
support services. Now, coming to the support services, you did a justification to the PR department.
Yes, we used to have a full-time PRO.
Well, that's a different issue.
Ah.
As a director, could you able to justify, show the right direction, the promotion of the magazine?
Yes, I was working according to my suggestions.
So you did it.
Oh yes.
How about the equipment, the uniform?
Equipment, there was a little problem with one Mr. Ashok. He was a sick boy.
Ashok Talwar.
Talwar.
Yes.
Ashok Talwar. He was a BP patient. And Mr. Garg, Shanti Swarup Garg, was a person who continued to be the equipment manager for a very long time. And Ashok used to work, and we had to extend the period of Mr. Garg to be able to make Ashok a full-fledged equipment manager. Well, that's how
There are some
we
failures also.
managed. Well, Not that there was a failure, but that his temperament at times got
Was a
problems. Got problems.
Uh,
Now you see, this morning also Ashok was getting me.
This is Ashok Gupta.
Ah,
That is a talwar. Now, about the accountal system,
ah,
the finance, the management.
accounting system, we bore the brunt of it because we did not allow the states. No, I'm sorry. I rephrase my words. We gave advances to state for events, and we collected the bills from them, and we scrutinized the bills in our accounts department. Our accounts department was strong. An accounts officer, an accounts manager, the accountants, and this priority we kept. Thus, we were able to scrutinize every receipt that we received from the states for the amount that we have given.
Was your accounting system was very effective or
Very
an
effective,
average?
very effective, because the treasurer was almost a full-time worker sitting with the, and we had very qualified people like Mr. Sharma.
That's it.
Ah.
Now, coming back to other part of it, administration, the personal management.
Personal management is only the PRC and the Adams. It percolated the management.
Human resource management of the professionals.
How the professionals, it was at its best. If somebody was, if it comes to my knowledge that somebody has committed a mistake, I personally took him up. I tried to have personal.
You maintained a personal files of all the professionals.
Not that there was, it was only to punish a particular person, a personal file, but for his achievements. And if he committed a mistake first, instead of keeping a paper in a file, I used to take him up and discuss with him and sort out.
But
the
there was a
matters.
point raised after you left office that no files were found about the professionals.
There was no complaint about any professional from me. There were personal files, but not complaints. That's what I mean. Supposing Mr. X has, it comes to my notice that he has committed a mistake, I used to take him up. Is it a fact? Now tell me that you will never commit this mistake again.
So you never kept on records.
There was no necessity. Or issuing a memo, asking him to do this, do that. These don't work. In personal relationships, अरे राव साहब आ रहे हैं, नहीं तो मेरा राव साहब ने मुझे बताया वो इतना प्यार में रहा हो, he does not commit a mistake.
You know, it became a very big problem for the employees when you left, that there was nothing records in to prove the capabilities and to show the failures or the mistakes done by the employees.
The PRC spoke of that.
No, that's the thing. The successor very made clear that we don't have any records to show that he was promoted because of his competencies, she was detained because of due to her failure.
Never was detained. There was never a
You didn't do that,
detention,
but after your success.
Well, that is for an administration. In administration and human relationships, rules do not function or work better than human relationships.
But when we speak so much about the organization, the management, is it not the human resources also a part of
No,
management?
management is not to punish people. Management is to promote the personality of people. So we try to do our best. Our ROCs and office secretaries have come up to the deputy directors level and others.
Thank you very much, sir. It was quite if you are asked to leave a message behind you as BP left, have you thought something like that?
Well, not yet. Because I thought maybe the message that I want to give may not be accepted by my successors and others. They will be having better
Of course,
ideas.
of course. Even Bedanpal never thought that his message will be so widely accepted.
And that was meant for boys.
Yes, same thing I'm talking here. When we are talking scouting, have you felt something should be written?
No, I don't think. I always think God has given me an opportunity to do something. I
You
did
did it.
my best. And when I come out, I must allow others to do their best.
To make it very clear, all your documentation, you don't think it is a message you are leaving behind for the people?
No, if people really believe, that is what I'm telling. Because I did not leave anything like that, people remember me and my ways of working.
Thank you very much, sir.